Hello, this is Clemmy Games, and without a doubt, indie games continue to knock it out of the park with a number of standout titles released last month, so here are my top 5 best indie games for January 2018. Number 5. Full Metal Furies. A game which can be described as Castle Crashers crossed with Rogue Legacy, Full Metal Furies is a modernized take on the side-scrolling brawler with a specific focus on co-op play and RPG-style progression. However, this also brings the side-scrolling beat-em-up genre forward through a series of really smart gameplay tweaks. One example here is that in other 2D brawlers, enemies are on invisible lines, and there are instances where you will swing and miss an enemy simply because you are not lined up correctly. The solution here is a customized melee system that prevents this from happening, and you can look up more of these through the hashtag ABCs of FMF on Twitter. Number 4. Iconoclasts. A game which was 8 years in the making, this game was finally released in January to critical acclaim. It is a Metroidvania-style action platformer which features really gorgeous pixel art and unconventional proportions for the character designs. As a big fan of the genre, the puzzles, progression, and world looks right up my alley, and from what I have heard, the story is pretty good as well, since it takes place in an authoritarian world where essentially being a mechanic is illegal, with some political and religious overtones as well, so pick this up for your Metroidvania fix. Number 3. My Time at Portia. The relaxing farming and exploration genre has really taken off with the popularity of Stardew Valley, and My Time at Portia is one of the latest in the genre, although it has less of a focus on the day-to-day farming and more of an emphasis on exploration and adventure. While still in early access, my experience with the demo has been really positive since it checks all the boxes that I would expect in a game like this. There is resource gathering, mining, chopping trees, fishing, etc., the ability to craft, upgrades for your house, townspeople to interact with, and a seemingly massive island to explore. More areas, side missions, story content, minigames, and animal husbandry are planned to be added, so this should only get better as time goes on. Number 2. Subnautica. Subnautica is the latest full release in the survival/crafting game genre, popularized by things like Ark Survival Evolved and even Minecraft to some extent. Looking back, not many of these make it out of early access, so this release after 3 years can be considered a significant milestone. This is solely a single-player experience in a setting which is not commonly used, underwater. Through the early access period, the developers have continued to add new content, so there are elements like base building, exploration, some horror game type sequences in the deep dark ocean, massive sea monsters, and an intriguing story. The game has already sold gangbusters with over 2 million copies sold and continues to sit on Steam's top seller list, so there has to be something very right here. At number 1, Celeste. A pure platformer by the developers that made local multiplayer game Towerfall, Celeste is perhaps one of the big indie breakouts of 2018 thus far. It has garnered many 10 upon 10s from various established gaming press outlets and is simply a game about climbing a mountain. For some reason, there are a multitude of deadly spikes covering said mountain, and it has a story about depression and anxiety which I'm sure we can all relate to. Collectible items unlock even more challenging levels, which will provide plenty of entertainment if you are into such games. I have seen many comparisons between this and Super Meat Boy with the same core concept of challenging platforming, with the fact that if you die, it is always your fault and not the game's, but the instant reset simply makes you want to try again. Tight controls and an emotional story rounds off the package, making it the number 1 pick of the month. And this is my list of the top 5 best indie games for January 2018. Be sure to subscribe to keep up with the best indie games, and I will see you in the next video.